Okay, just a very quick message before I start this video. This video has been on my channel before, very shortly though. However, it got demonetized. I'll tell you at the end of the video why. And for now, let's just start with this video. A good way too early morning from Malaga, Andalusia in Spain. And welcome to another trip report. A video trip I already did about half a year before I even started this channel. I'm traveling a lot by train anyway, and I'm doing it again. This will be on an AVE high-speed train from Malaga to Madrid. I'm traveling first class today. Not because I really want to travel first class, but basically because everything was fully booked. At the moment I wanted to book my tickets. And what I saw today is that pretty much all trains are fully booked to Madrid, also to Barcelona. However, if you're creative, you can find another way. I will tell you something about it in the video. What I will do in this video, I will show you the railway station, Malaga, the high-speed railway station. Then I show you the train, if it's possible of course, because if it's too busy it's a little bit uncomfortable to film. And I will tell you something about ticket fares, and at the end I will show you some views from the train. I do have a first class ticket, however I do have an aisle seat because there were no window seats available anymore. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you do so, give me a thumbs up on YouTube, and if you'd like to see more train related videos, subscribe to my channel. For now, let's roll the intro. Malaga Maria Zambrano is the principal railway station in the city of Malaga in Andalusia in the south of Spain. At this railway station you'll find long distance high-speed trains, local high-speed trains, local slow trains and the commuter rail of Malaga, what are the second líneas. Apart from the trains, at this point you also find the metro of Malaga, and quite a lot of buses do stop here as well. I did some more trip reports around here, and therefore I arrived and departed at several moments during the past week at this station. So we just switched between a sunny Malaga and a Malaga very early in the morning when it's still dark, like it's the most common thing on earth. Located at the front, you find quite a lot of taxis, and there's also a pick-up and drop-off zone for railway passengers by car. And this place, it's not just a railway station, it's also a rather big shopping mall. And even though my girlfriend isn't the biggest shopper, she really likes to browse and shops, so this made it more reasonable for her to hang around here, so I could film a bit. Below the railway station and the shopping mall, there's a rather big parking garage, and at the first higher level, there are lots of places where you can grab some food. It's more like a food court over here. At this point there is some information about departing and arriving trains, but it's not that much. And there's even a cinema in this railway station. And for kids, well, you even find playgrounds, actually two, one at the higher and the lower level. For our digital nomads, well, there's even this working hub. I mean, this railway station got it all. And for the rest, you find basically a lot of shops. It feels more like a shopping mall than a railway station, to be honest. One of the advantages of this place is that it's all air conditioned. So if you want to go shopping in the summertime when it's really hot, well, I think this is the best place if you want to go for shopping. If you move closer to the main concourse of this railway station, the shops get a little bit different and they are more travel related. Having a railway station and a shopping mall combined can be great, especially if you forgot to buy something for your journey. Although, if you take an early train, like what I did from here, just keep in mind a lot of things might be closed. Did you know you can even find a hotel within this railway station, of the Barceló hotel group? Barceló does have quite a lot of hotels within the railway stations in Spain. Right next to the entrance of the hotel there are some car rental companies, and this is typical something for Spanish high-speed railway stations. Within the concourse there are some ticket and information desks. The entrance to the metro of Malaga is a bit hidden in the shopping mall. As a tourist you most likely will not use the metro because it's not serving the more popular areas for tourists. But the metro itself, it's really spacious and it's serving quite a big area of Malaga. Vending machines for tickets are located right before you go to the platforms. Something else, at the side you'll find the bus stop for medium and long distance buses. Spain does have quite a good long and medium distance bus network, but pretty often these bus stations are not close to railway stations. But over here, this is a perfect integration for different kinds of public transportation. I guess this makes this a true intermodal transport hub. The bus station, well, it looks pretty basic, I didn't went into much. But why do you need many facilities at the bus station when you have the railway station with all the facilities right next door? Anyway, let's go back to the main railway station. Below ground, you find some more tracks for trains, and these are the tracks for the cercanías. This is the commuter rail of Malaga. The cercanías are serving quite a lot of popular towns along the Costa del Sol, but also the airport of Malaga. I even made a trip report on this, and you will find two lines for the commuter rail. If you're traveling with the use of a rail pass like Eurail or Interrail, you can also take these trains. However, the cercanías do not pop up in the Rail Planner app or in the international timetable. If you're traveling with Interrail or Eurail, I honestly have no idea how to open the access gates, but I bet there must be a way to do this. It's really a pity that the commuter trains in Spain, both the cercanías but also the Rodalies trains in Catalonia, do not pop up in the international timetables, because they do serve quite good international connections as well. I had a ticket for the AVE high-speed trains, and at the beginning and at the end of the journey, my ticket for the high-speed train also allowed me to use the cercanías trains in the cities where you will find those trains as well. Of course, this rule might change in the future, so please check your ticket. It's mentioned on your ticket if this is the case for your high-speed train, because you find different kinds of high-speed trains and also different railway companies in Spain. Well, I think you have a good impression of this railway station. For now, let's go back to the moment when I took the train from here. And it was still quite early in the morning. Most shops were still closed at this moment actually. This here is the concourse of the railway station Malaga Maria Zambrano. Right before you go to the tracks 1 to 8, you'll find departure and arrival screens for the medium distance and long distance trains. Tracks 9 and 10 are underground, and these are for the cercanías, and they do have their own departure screens. For Spanish high-speed stations, you have to go through security. You have to put your luggage in an X-ray scanner, and passengers will be checked with a metal detector. The security is really good, but it's absolutely not the hassle as you might find at an airport, for example. It's way more relaxed, but the security is once again really good. At the moment you go through security, there is not a ticket check yet in this railway station. It will be later on. After security, you get out at a big square where you find obviously access to most tracks. At this point, there are not that much facilities. There are some places where you can wait. There should also be a first class lounge, although I didn't know exactly where, and apart from that, I was traveling that early that the first class lounge was closed anyway. There's also a shop where you can buy some snacks, drinks and even some souvenirs, although most long distance high speed trains in Spain do have a dining car, so no need to buy something over here. Although better safe than sorry. Then you also find the toilets, and that's basically it. For now, I guess it's time to go towards my train that I'll be taking from Malaga to Madrid. And this here is my train coming in, fresh from the depot. Today I'll be traveling on a Renfe class 102, what has a top speed of 350 km per hour. For the high speed trains, you can only board these trains after a ticket check, and it was really busy as you could see over here. So filming in an empty train, well, this was quite challenging. However, I took more or less the same train types, the Renfe class 112, that are pretty similar to these trains. For that reason, I will just combine the footage I shot in 2019 on the Renfe class 112 with the footage I shot on this journey on the Renfe class 102. Before you enter the platform, clear departure screens will host information about the departing train, and your ticket will be checked before you can board the train. This here on the left is the train that I'll be taking today. I also made a trip report about the trains here on the right on the route from Madrid to Barcelona, and in that video I'll also feature the railway station of Madrid. For now it's time to focus on my train here on the left. These trains are being manufactured by the Spanish train manufacturer Talgo, and Talgo makes quite unique trains. One set of wheels is shared between two carriages, what also creates a unique tilting system. Therefore, the carriages on Talgo trains are in general rather short, about half the size of normal carriages. Route information will be displayed at the platform and at several spots within the station, and at the side of the train you also find basic route information, like the final destination, the carriage number and the train number. These Talgo trains are being nicknamed the duck face, and if you see the front, it's no surprise why. For now, it's time to focus at the interior of these trains, and I'll start off in the second class, in Spain also called Turista. This comes in a 2x2 configuration, so 2 seats on both sides of the aisle. For most Spanish high-speed trains that are branded with the AVE brand, the seats do face driving direction. This only counts for the airline style seats. You also find some bay seats with a bigger table in between. At the total back or the front of the train, depending what way you move, there is a quiet zone, and I noticed that the windows over here were a bit darker while less light was coming through. Also the lights were a bit dimmed, so if you like to sleep a bit longer, well, you can do that. My experience is that on the AVE high-speed trains, pretty often movies will be played at the displays at the ceiling. And that was also the case during this ride, basically with all my rides. Right above the windows you find the luggage racks, and you can store quite a lot of luggage over here. Apart from that, there are special luggage compartments at the end or the beginning of most compartments. I mean, these are long distance trains after all. Very basic route information like the carriage number, time, occasionally the speeds, train number, next stop will be displayed at screens at the ceiling. And between the compartments you'll find more detailed route information screens. Although this is only on the Renfe class 112. On the 102 series it's less detailed. Once again, there's not much difference between the 102 and the 112 series. The 112 are slightly newer. Time for a seat tour, and I'll start off with the seats in the second class, or Turista. There is plenty of leg room, it's really generous, and I have to mention I'm quite a tall guy, I'm 1,90 m. You find a sturdy fold-out table, a footrest, a garbage can between the seats, and at the side you can find a button you can use to recline the seats. Right next to the reclining button you'll find the entertainment system. You can use a 3.5mm plug for this, for example to watch the movies. If you don't have it yourself, earplugs will be provided, although the quality of those earplugs is not really good. And I think it's good in a way, but it also creates a lot of waste, and personally I'm doing really my best to reduce my waste as much as possible. Integrated within the luggage racks you find a personal reading light. Let it shine, baby. Or maybe not. Tickets for these trains do always come including a seat reservation. The seats have been made up in the row number and then A, B, C and D. Coat hangers are located right above the windows, and all windows do have a sunscreen. For passengers with mobility problems, there's also a bigger accessible toilet, and right next to that you'll find the accessible area. What I really like about this is that people traveling in a wheelchair, they even do have their own table. I really like this. I mean, I'm really convinced that traveling should be easy for everybody, no matter if you're in a wheelchair or not. Between the seats you find a power plug, one per seat. Within these trains you will find a dining car. You can only stand there, so it's not really a nice place where you can go for a sit. And the menu selection, well, it's not super impressive, but it's nice that it's there. Composition screens with basic safety information are located at several spots at these trains, and mainly near the entrance door. At several spots, and mainly at the spots between the first class areas, you find a small pantry. First class comes officially with meals. Not on every day though, and during the pandemic some things have changed about this. Then you also find second class with first class seats, and this is called Turista Plus, so basically second class service, first class seats. These seats do come in a 2x1 configuration, the seats are wider and you have slightly more leg room. And if I fully recline these seats, you can still see I have enough leg room. The composition is roughly the same and most seats do face driving direction here as well. Basically you find all facilities you can also find in the Turista class. You have personal power plugs, the entertainment system, food rests, magazine rack, etc. And like I mentioned before, all windows in these trains do have a sunscreen. Pretty often you also find a magazine of the Spanish train company Renfe, and the fold-out tables in the Turista Plus and Preferente seats. Well, these tables are huge and also quite sturdy. One of the many advantages of traveling by train is that you can take quite a lot of luggage, so I need to do some workout. The amount of luggage you can take is way more than at planes. At last, let's take a look at the toilets, and these are just the regular toilets, so not the bigger accessible toilets. They're pretty fine and you can also turn them into a diaper changing facility for babies. I really like this. And yeah, what else do I need to say? These are just regular toilets. Let's take a quick look on the environmental impact if you're traveling by train, car and plane on this route. Of course, trains won't clean the air, but trains are by far the most environmental friendly way of transportation. Also, in terms of travel time and comfort, the train is the absolute winner. It brings you in one go from city center to city center. As a matter of fact, I really don't understand why people even take planes on this route. I was traveling just after Easter, so it was really busy and the train was fully booked. I had a direct train between Malaga and Madrid. Apart from the fact that I had a direct train, my train had no stops in between, so non-stop from Malaga to Madrid. That's really cool actually. So, for this train you couldn't buy any tickets anymore. However, if a train makes another stop in between, for example in Córdoba, you can try to book a ticket from Malaga to Córdoba and from Córdoba with the same train to Madrid, because there might be general seats available, but just not one seat for the entire journey. I don't know how much they like it with the entire pre-check-in process in Spanish high-speed railway stations though. But at least, if you get a little bit creative, you can do this as well. For the last tiny bit of this video, I'll show you some views from the train between Malaga and Madrid. Because it was rather full, I went to the dining car to film this and also spent some time between the carriages near the entrance doors, because I didn't have a window seat during my trip. I hope you liked this video. If you did so, please give me a thumbs up, and like I said in the introduction, if you'd like to see more, just hit the subscribe button. As I promised you at the beginning of the video, I'll get back to you about the demonetization. First of all, I want to say I don't earn that much with YouTube. I mean, it's just basically, well, everything I do earn on YouTube will be invested directly into the channel again for new videos, gear, etc. However, well, music is always a difficult topic if you make videos. I do a lot of voiceover, so I like to have some background music. And therefore, I used to use MusicBed. MusicBed has a really good selection of music. However, they're not really cheap. And I decided to stop with my subscription for MusicBed because, well, I found a better music website. I use Upbeat now. I bought a lifetime subscription over there. That's way more affordable. But the reason why I stopped using music, well, mainly because of the price. When I uploaded this video at first, I had my subscription. And normally when you upload a video while you have a subscription, you don't need to make it public. You can do that a little bit later. So I uploaded the video on my channel privately. I got some claim releases for the music, and then it's all fine. And then about a month or so after my subscription stopped, I published this video. There's still some videos to come that are way more, well, after the moment I stopped my subscription, because I plan a little bit ahead. Anyway, I republished this video publicly on my channel about a month after I stopped the subscription, and they found another song they haven't found before on this video. So I reached out to MusicBed and said like, hey guys, I had a subscription back then. Back then this video has been published, so I think it should be fine, right? Can you please release the claim? And they couldn't find I downloaded that song before. Apparently I had this song from MusicBed on my computer and I used it in my previous subscription, and I haven't downloaded it in the subscription I had back, well, then. So I had 2 subscriptions for that. So they couldn't do anything with the claim. Nowadays YouTube has a magic button that you can only take out the music in some parts at the moment you do the voiceover. I tried it, no good success. So I just said like, okay, I'll take it down. I do the entire voiceover, background music again, and I upload the video again here on YouTube. So this is what I did. Yeah, and this is also what I want to share my complaint actually on this. I don't earn that much on YouTube once again. It's just basically what I do earn will be invested directly in the channel again, and then it even costs me a lot of money. But I don't care, I really like to do this. But if you want to support me financially, I do have a Patreon account as well, of course. Anyway, I'll stop talking for now. That's it, and this is why I republished it. And see you on my next video. Did you know that in the description of this video on YouTube you find a link to a map, and on this map you can find all trip reports. This channel is mainly focusing on long distance and international train, ferry and sometimes bus traveling. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.